So okay guys, today I'm going to be talking about this HDMI capture card with loopback. Now essentially loopback, for those of you that don't know, is a pass-through mode. Most of the expensive named brand cards out there have a feature like this, so getting this feature on a $7 pretty much card is a pretty good deal in my opinion. But overall, I gotta say, for the size of this thing, it does get it pretty warm. That's like the one main downside of this device, is it gets warm. And I mean really, really warm. You don't want to put stuff on top of it, and you most certainly don't want to put this thing behind some stuff when you're not really in the room. I suggest actually modifying the case, or adding in some little Raspberry Pi heat sinks if you get too worried about the heat. But for the most part, I gamed on it for a couple hours straight, and it held up pretty good. Now let's get back on topic about the video. That's what you guys came here for, and you're wondering, is it any good? Well, I gotta say, for something listed that it can do 1080p at 60, I think it's primarily designed for 1080p at 30. For the most part, 1080p at 60 will work, but I think it gets a little bit dithered or blurry, and you can see some artifacting. This could be because of the encoder that I'm using or some improper OBS settings. It could be just a fault on my end, is essentially what I'm saying. But where this device really shines is at 1080p 30, 720p 60, and 720p 30 FPS. Essentially, if you want to capture your Switch gameplay, this device is a must get. It's very easy to plug in, you could practically hide it within your Switch dock, and the capture quality is actually pretty dang good. Overall, to use a device like this, it's pretty much the same for a lot of devices out there. You want to plug in the USB A to A cable into your computer, then you want to plug in your console, then plug in the other HDMI and the output end to your monitor. If everything's all done and good, you should see some colored NTSC bars, I'd like to say, on your camera's app on Windows or the camera app on Linux. If you see this, you can proceed to download whatever capture software you wish to capture from this device. I'm personally using OBS, and I gotta say it's been working for me pretty great. There is one thing to note with these cheap $7 cards, the instructions. They will tell you some things that you don't really have to do, and it will depend on whatever card you get. I think the chips in these are all the same, but the general setup or how they're laid out is a bit different from card to card. Some say you need to plug in the USB micro cable and the USB A cable for it to work, but from my experience, all I needed was the USB A to A cable and the HDMI cord, and it was good to go. Generally, I think this will fare differently depending on what devices you have hooked up to this thing. So far, I've only tested my Xbox One and my Nintendo Switch. Another possible reason for the USB-A micro, I think I'd have to open the device up to verify, is so you can plug it into the wall. That way you don't have to have your computer plugged in the whole time if you just want to do a quick gaming session without having to record it or something. But yeah, enough about that. The actual gameplay recording as well as the audio is pretty good. I can't verify yet if it's in stereo or mono, but I'll try to have it up on screen after I'm done recording this and find out for sure what exactly it is well recording in terms of audio. But for my general purposes, the audio quality sounds pretty dang good.
The blast will destroy this city and the ring.
But yeah guys, that's pretty much it for this video, and I'm gonna leave it off here now. If you do plan to get one of these, I'll list some links down below where you can order one, as well as some general instructions and programs that you guys can try out with this particular capture card. But yeah, for the time being, I'm gonna leave this video off here now. DTPK signing off. Peace. Improved it to make it a lot sleeker and overall a lot more efficient. Anyway guys, if you